Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Salima Speaks. You know, we always have to realize what we're doing in life. We have to realize what signals we're giving out. We have to realize what we're doing in life. You know, the situation in Washington is worse than it's ever been in my lifetime. But the thing is, we have to understand that even negative energy is energy. And this idiot does things every day to make us talk about him. And you know, he's sly like a fox. He knows that any energy is energy, whether it's negative or positive. He gets a lot of negative energy, and it's still to his benefit. So honestly, we have to really stop talking about him and giving him that negative energy. He thrives on negative energies. And I'm going to stop talking about him, okay? Anyway, welcome to the show. I have some gorgeous women here. We're going to talk about women's issues. You know, at one time, as black women, we used to be like sisters. We used to have a sisterhood. But lately, it's like we don't even like each other anymore. You know, sometimes I'll see sisters in the street and say, hi, sister, speak to them. Older and younger women, and they don't say anything. It's like we have this thing, like, what's she speaking to me for? We have to really stop that. We have to learn to love each other again. But through my experiences, I see talking to people, we have to really learn to love ourselves again, or love ourselves, period. Have we ever loved ourselves? So anyway, we're going to talk to some fantastic ladies here. And hello, ladies.
Hello.
And we have?
My name is Basheera.
And Miss Basheera, I knew her since she was a child. I used to babysit her. And we met again at the Y, and it was great seeing you again.
Awesome.
And you look just the same as you did when you were a baby. and what do you do? What are you doing now, Basheera?
Well, at the YMCA, I do I Chi.
Okay, and
Tai Chi in the water.
I Chi is Tai Chi in the water. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's a form of relaxation.
Okay.
It's like water therapy.
I love the water.
Yes.
I swam for an hour this morning, so you know I love
Yes.
the water.
So you take the Tai Chi from land and you put it in the water, and it has its own name.
Okay.
So the movements to I Chi is like when you're moving and you're letting go.
Okay.
It's letting go of things that no longer serves, and you're coming back and bringing in harmony and peace.
And I took your class one day, and it was really fantastic. Yeah. And we have Miss Deborah. Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
And tell us a little bit about what you do.
My name is Deborah Kelly, and I'm the author of a book called The Turnaround: Parenting Tips for Improving Your Child's Academic Success, How to Make Your Child Smarter, Learning Ready, and Nonviolent. And
honestly, guys, this is a fantastic book. I don't say that because she's here. I've been telling everybody about this book. Honestly, it should be mandatory to read this book. And I know that you at one time were an educator?
Yes, I'm a retired teacher and a certified parenting educator. So that's what I do now. That's my purpose and passion, is to educate parents and to how to influence their children to be capable, productive, positive human beings.
Exactly, and we were talking about that before. So many times children get the wrong message from their parents. You know, with my grandson, we never say you're bad, you're bad, you're bad. We say what you did was not the right thing to do. But I see so many parents, you're such a bad boy. You know, when you hear that every day of your life, you start to believe that I'm a bad person, I'm a bad boy, I'm no good, I'm stupid, I'm ignorant. When you hear that and it's not reinforced with anything positive, you grow up thinking that way, so you don't love yourself. How can you love yourself when your mother, the most important person in your life, is telling you that you're no good, you're worthless?
That's true.
And we have the beautiful Miss
Shirley J. Carter here.
Shirley J. Carter. Hi, Shirley.
Hi. Nice to be here today with all these lovely ladies.
And tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Sure. Well, presently, I'm doing a documentary called Being Homeless.
Oh, wow.
And it focuses on the life of a homeless woman who's not afraid to tell it like it is.
Okay.
It's also a video show presently, which can be seen on Facebook and on YouTube.
Okay.
And I have a new show coming out called In Search of Missing Persons.
Oh, now tell me a little bit about that.
Yes. You hear that there's so many people missing in the United States, particularly Chicago. But recently I found out there's a lot of missing people in Philadelphia particularly too.
Now, when you say missing, does it go against race? Is it just black people, white people? Who are you? Who is this about?
There are a lot of African American girls who are missing.
Yeah, I see that all the time.
Yes, there's
yeah.
a lot. And they need to be focused on more.
Yeah, because nobody does. If it's a little white
Right.
girl missing, it's crazy.
Yes.
Where's she at? Where's she at?
Yes.
But it's so many, I've been reading about that too, so many black girls missing,
Yes.
and nobody's saying anything.
Nobody's
Where are
saying
they?
anything.
You're right.
So my show will focus on the missing, all people,
Okay.
all people who are missing. But what got me started is seeing all the African American girls
Okay.
that were missing. So the show will feature people who were missing and people who were found. And what was
so some of the people are found?
Yes, some of the people
Okay.
are found. Some of them have never been found. So I want to show the process someone has to go to when someone is missing. What do they have to do? How do they report it?
Okay.
Is there-
Now,
Go
when
ahead.
the ones that were found, where were they?
Well, one particular person who was found, unfortunately, they had committed suicide.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So the person who went through that, although they were missing, they went through all the steps to find the missing person, and unfortunately, the person had committed suicide.
Oh wow.
So that's
Okay.
one particular incident.
Now,
I know
some
about.
that were found, were any found alive?
Yes.
So, and that's why I'm curious, if they were alive, where were they and why didn't they come
A
forward?
lot of people, and particularly girls, be they African American or from any color or country, a lot of them have went through human trafficking. There's a lot
wow.
of girls, particularly, who have gone through human trafficking, and also there's a lot of older people who have went through dementia.
Okay.
And they're lost,
Right.
and people are looking for them. Some have been found, and some are still missing.
Okay.
And just recently, I found out that there is a Philadelphia FBI list of missing persons,
Really?
and it could be found on the internet, by doing research, and you can
Oh,
find out
wow.
who's missing from Philadelphia and how long they've been missing.
so now,
so-
is that something that you do? Are you
It's
actively
something
looking
that
for the
I've been
people?
interested in. It
Okay.
started when I saw so many missing African American girls in Chicago.
Okay.
So I said, boy, all these people are missing. And I would see it every day. And then lately, I've been seeing them missing from Philadelphia and other places across the United States. And so it's getting to be a bigger problem. And as I said, just recently, I started seeing more and more people with dementia
Okay.
missing. So I am one who hopes they are found safely, and I want to bring it to the attention and help out,
Oh, that's great. I would love
Yes.
to be involved in that also. I think that's
Yes.
very important.
Yeah. Just recently, as of a couple of days, I was reading about China.
Yeah, I was reading about that
Harvesting
also.
organs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And as you say, the organs are said to be stronger.
Right.
And also the drive-by shootings. I hear
Yes.
that.
Yes.
You
A
had about what?
motivation that the drive-by shootings can be for harvesting organs. Getting
Really?
organs, yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yes.
Tell me a little
I
bit
have
more
heard
about
about that as
Well,
well.
I don't know too much about it. I just hear that that is what's behind the drive-by shootings. You hear of a person who's riding a bicycle and somebody hits them on the bicycle,
Right.
or somebody shoots somebody who's sitting on the porch, or depending upon, I guess, what they need.
Wow. And like
They
that
do
movie
that.
Get Out, that
Yes.
was kind of about that, where they
Yes.
were taking over our bodies.
Yeah.
And people don't understand these things come from someplace, okay? And I truly believe it. The thing is, people fail to realize it. There was an article on Facebook, and it was talking about how they used to use the black babies as alligator bait.
Yes.
And a few white women got on there and said, why are we spreading these lies, and it never happened, and they wouldn't do things like that, and she didn't want to believe it. And I said, that's part of the problem. You don't want to believe that your ancestors were this cruel, but they were.
Yes.
And I tell everybody, you know, you need to watch this movie called Goodbye Uncle Tom's Cabin. It's on YouTube.
I've seen it.
Okay? I
Yes.
watched it one time and I couldn't sleep for 3 days after seeing that movie.
It tells the real story
Exactly.
of what went on during
It makes
slavery.
Roots look like a fairy tale.
Yes, yes, it does. I agree
It does.
with
It
you.
makes Roots look like a fairy tale.
Yes.
It really,
Yes.
yeah. It really, it gets
Yes.
to you. It bothered me so bad I couldn't sleep for 3 days, and I tried to watch it again last week. I couldn't.
Yes.
But everybody, black and white, needs to see that movie.
one.
And the
Yes.
thing is, white people say, well, my ancestors did it. I'm not my ancestors, but you are benefiting from the color of your skin. Systematic racism is real. We still can't, we've gone back, since this idiot's been in the White House, we've gone back 50 years. You know, we were doing so good. The other day I was watching the Barack Obama inauguration. I need to see that. I need to see them smiling. I need to see when they said the 44th president of the United States and he starts strolling out there. I start crying. But you can't be consumed with it because very rarely do you see good news.
It's negative.
Right.
You know, it's always negative, and for some reason, we're drawn into negative news.
Absolutely.
It's almost like if we're not doing good, it's good to see somebody doing worse. You know?
And you waking up and putting that inside of your body.
Every morning.
Every single
Because some people, that's the first thing they do.
Yes.
They turn on the TV or they go to Facebook
Yep.
to see what bad happened in the
Yes.
world.
Absolutely.
So we have to see, because there's good stuff, there is
Yeah,
good
there's
stuff
good
happening in the
stuff every
world.
day.
But we don't see that as much. We're bombarded with the negative. So we must seek out the goodness. We must seek out, like I'll go on websites for Hawaii. I'll go on websites for Bali, Indonesia, just looking at the beauty. And or I'll listen to beautiful music, just enchanting stuff to fill myself with beautiful stuff, because we need that.
Yes.
You know,
Right.
we kill ourselves when we're bombarded with all this negativity.
We have to create the positive.
Yes.
We have to
make it
exactly.
happen and follow
Exactly.
it.
Yes,
And you know,
spread the
another thing I don't like, I'm tired of being called a strong black woman. I'm a woman. I'm a woman. You know, I'm soft, I'm sensitive,
Yes.
I'm a woman.
Beautiful.
When you say strong, it's like, oh, I'm a
Yes.
man. And in some women, that's the way they carry themselves.
Absolutely.
You know, and they got mad at Fantasia and her husband. Have you seen them lately? What they're,
No,
they
I
were saying that she said she's submissive to her husband. Well, baby, they tore her up.
Yes,
They
I
ate
saw
her up.
that. Yes.
And because she was saying that's why some women are not married, because they act like men. Women went off. They went off. My father and mother, my father was the head of the household. Okay? My mother was the queen of the household. But my father was the head of the household. He loved the ground she walked on, and she loved him. And we knew who was the boss of that house. What is wrong with that?
Yeah.
What is wrong with that?
That's how I was raised also.
You know, and nowadays we have so many women head of the household. But the thing is, once a man comes into that, you hear women, this is my house. These are my kids. But I'm in your house. So since I'm in your house and I'm the man, why can't I be the head of the household? You know, granted, some men don't know how to be head of the household, but if you come in with this negative thing, I'm the man and the woman. No, you're not. Try being the woman. And sometimes I tell niggas, some men will say, you're strong, but no, I'm not going to be strong so you can be weak. Okay? I need for you to be strong. I need for you to come in here and be strong for myself, for these children, for our society. We need that, and we need to stop acting like men. Like sometimes for Father's Day, you see somebody, I'm the father, I'm the mother. No, and what does that do to the children?
Right.
Yes, that's right.
But mommy, you're my mother. I'm your mother and your father. No, you're not. You know, and to perpetuate that to little boys, like I don't even let my grandson see me put on makeup, Because I've heard from so many gay men that they would look at their mother getting dressed and they wanted to do that because that's all they saw. They didn't see the man getting dressed, putting on a tie or anything, but they would look at their mother getting dressed and they were fascinated by the lipstick, by the different colors. So when they got older, they wanted to do that. So and someone said, oh, that doesn't make them gay. Maybe it doesn't make them gay, but if that's all they see, you know, they're going to, like my grandson sees me exercise, so he exercises, you know. So if he sees me put on makeup, he's going to want to put on makeup, I'm sure. So we have to stop letting them see us doing so many feminine things, especially if there are no men around.
And they have positive role models for them, positive male role models for them that they can emulate.
And you speak about that in your book. Tell me a little bit about that also.
Well, you know, being a model to children is so important. My book is mostly about how do we make our children more intelligent? How do we prepare them for this global economy and society? And it's just simple things that we should be doing every day with our children. The more you talk to your child, the more intelligent your child is going to be. Every environment is a learning environment. And even in a formal educational situation, teachers build upon previously learned knowledge. And that's simply what IQ is. IQ is just what your child knows.
Right.
So if you have not taught your child anything, you have not prepared your child for learning in the formal setting. So there's so many things that parents, just simple things that our parents did with us that really increased intelligence and didn't even realize you were increasing intelligence. It's just that every environment is a learning environment. When you go to the supermarket, when you walk down the street, explain to them what they're seeing. When certain situations arrive, explain to them what those situations are and how they feel about it. You know, have them articulate their feelings as well, because that's what helps them to formulate language.
Well, of course, nowadays, parents are like this.
Yep.
They're on the cell phone all the time.
Yes.
They don't have time to talk to, and you hear them, get out of my face, get out of here.
Or they have the kids
on the phone.
Exactly.
Exactly. And even going out nowadays, you know, if you go out to a few years ago even, I went to a club, and everybody in the club was, so my thing is, if the person is not here with you, then why are you texting them? You know, are they coming here? You know, so everybody in the club, instead, they weren't dancing, they were on their cell phone. Of course, I laughed after about 10 minutes because the music was bumping. Nobody was dancing. Everybody was on their cell phone. So, and you, Miss, you have a lot of kids. How many kids do you have?
6.
6 boys. Look at her, and she's still singing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Still here.
And what ages are they?
28 to 13.
20 to 13?
28 to 13.
28?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
You're like 28 yourself.
I am.
Oh my goodness. So tell me a little bit about that. How are you still sitting here insane?
Well, actually, I have a regiment for Basheera, and it started 5 years ago when I thought I was losing my sanity.
Okay.
I came back to find her because I kind of sort of like buried Basheera below shackles, chains, and I said enough was enough. So when I went to the Y, I went to the Y to do the physical first. You always start outside of the box and not address inside. Now I know better when I teach women, you address the inside first. So it's inside out.
Okay.
So all the feelings that you're harvesting inside, they need to be addressed. And yes, I did have a lot of them. There was a lot of tears, a lot of writing, a lot of tearing up papers. But I needed to address the feelings. It's not only with food that we think that's the weight gain. The weight gain is from us holding on to things that no longer serve us.
Wow.
And a lot of us have things and issues that don't help us. They're making us more sick. Dis-ease starts inside, like dis-ease of the knees, the aches and pains. What is it? Just like my favorite author, Louise Hay.
Oh, I love her. I love her.
Yes. She saved me 5 years ago.
I'm telling you.
Once I was introduced to her book,
I'm telling you.
Affirmations were my life.
Exactly.
I do nothing without
Exactly.
affirmation.
Exactly.
I say statements to Basheera that allow Basheera to be who she is today. I tell Basheera that she is a queen. I look in that mirror and I thank her every day for being here. I thank my hair on my head, my eyesight, my ears, my hearing, my speech. I thank every inch of my body because I am grateful to have it. Now, when we are teaching ourselves to be grateful for the things that we have been given now in the present time, then we're able to move forward. When you're thinking that you're not enough, that's when you stay stuck, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
And for us as women, we need to, and people in a whole, and kids in general, we need to move forward. We can't just stay right there in the corner. And I had to learn that myself. I had to go down deep, dig, break shackles, but I'm here today.
And how did you start that process?
Well, I started the process first, of course. I started exercising. I would go to the Y and I would get on a treadmill.
Okay.
My children call it treadmill of nowhere, which is true, because where am I going? I'm running still.
Exactly.
I'm still not addressing the issue.
Right.
I did that. Then I did a little bit of Zumba. Then I did other classes. But what saved me was Tai Chi and Qigong.
Okay.
When I started really doing Tai Chi and Qigong, I love Tai Chi, but Qigong is my heart.
Okay.
When I started doing both of those things, those spiritual elements, when I started bringing the yin and the yang, because there's a male and a female to everything that we do. When I started doing those two things and aligning them, then I started to feel balanced. Then I started to feel grounded and clear. So that's what Tai Chi and Qigong does for you, because Qigong, you're bringing the medicine in. You're healing the organs, you're healing the cells. Tai Chi, you're going with the flow of the movement, with the flow of the Qi.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
It
Yes,
does.
it does.
Okay. And that's the thing with me. I swim. I swim almost every day.
Yes.
And it makes me feel good. It makes me feel alive. Like I said, I swam 60 minutes this morning. And if I don't swim, I feel something's missing. And my grandson is now, he's 3, and he can swim from one end of the pool to the next with no life jacket. So we're teaching him swimming also. And it's true. I've held on to things all my life. And I'm writing a book, finally, at 63 years old. I'll be 63 in a couple of weeks. And the book is called Molested and Proud. I was molested at 9 years old by a white man. He was an insurance man who would come into the ghetto and sell these bogus insurance policies to us, and they were not real policies. And he molested me when I was 9 years old. I never told anybody this, and I've held on to it. I finally decided to let it out because what happened is he told me I was a bad girl. And what people don't know about being molested is that it doesn't always feel bad because your body will deceive you. And some of it may feel pleasure. So he told me that since I felt some pleasure, that I was a dirty little girl. Now, this being a white man, and this being in the 60s, I knew I couldn't tell my father because I knew my father would have killed or would have been killed. So I held it in. And even though I work out, even though I don't eat a lot, I still hold on to this weight.
Because you're holding on to the pain.
When
of
you
the
said
matter.
that,
Yes,
exactly,
you're
and
holding
that's
on
true.
to the pain.
Because I even asked the doctor, I told her I don't eat a lot. How am I still this
Do
weight?
you want to know how to address that issue?
Yes.
To address it, you have to let go. Let go is not just saying, I let go. No, you have to go to the core of the matter.
And you know, and that's what I'm doing now. You know, of course, with the doctor, she wanted to give me all this medication. And the thing is, I know about medication. I don't take medication. I went to a doctor a few years ago after I mistakenly ate pork. And of course, never eating pork before, my body was going crazy. So she put me on this medication, telling me that my heart was bad, this was bad. So I went back in 30 days, didn't take the medication. She said, oh, the medication's working. I said, well, I didn't take it. And she was upset with me. But I'm learning, this is why I'm writing the book. because people don't deal, even when boys are molested, they may feel some sense of pleasure, so they think I must be gay. Because if I wasn't gay, why would I felt any sense of pleasure?
Because to them, they're telling them it's your fault.
Exactly.
But it isn't their fault.
And see, and that's why I'm writing this book, to tell people that it's not your fault. I blamed myself for that most of my life. And like I said, at 63 years old, I'm finally coming to grips with it. I'm finally talking about it. I've never talked about it before. I'm trying not to be emotional, but it's helping me to talk about it. You know, it's helping me to know that that little 9-year-old girl was not a bad girl.
And she's still there.
She's still there.
So you look in the mirror and address her, because there's a mini me, call it the baby me, and the adult me. And when I see the baby me, you can look in the mirror and look into your eyes and see that baby. Baby Basheera is right below the belt. She's always been there.
Right.
She supports you. She loves you. She adores you for who you are. That's what we don't understand as women. Someone can demean you and tell you how ugly you are.
Exactly.
You believe it.
Exactly.
But once you look in the mirror, you really look into your eyes, you are a beautiful queen, and you were created to be that beautiful queen.
And that's
no
what I want
matter
to share.
what that person did to you, that's his issue.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with you.
Yes.
And
So-
I just want to say, by sharing it, by writing your book, that's part of the cleansing.
Yes.
And
That's
that's why I
part of the
decided to
cleansing.
do it,
Yes.
because
Yes.
it is going to be cleansing for me. And I don't think I'm the only little girl that he was doing that to.
Oh, no.
Probably.
You know,
Most
of
likely
course
not.
You know,
Yes.
and we don't talk about that. And like I said, because it was the 60s and there was a white man, and we knew we better not say anything.
Right.
Because he did tell me that if you say anything, I will kill your father. I loved my father. And I knew he would have. So I knew that I had to be silent. But now that I am talking about it, I even talked to a therapist before, but I never shared this because I blamed myself.
The shame and the guilt.
The
Exactly.
shame,
can
the
get
blame,
rid-
and
yes.
guilt.
Right.
Those
Yes.
three things empower negative
Exactly.
emotions and negative energy. We
Yes.
blame ourselves as women for all bad things that happen in our
Exactly.
lives. So it's time to celebrate the good.
Exactly.
It's time to say, what did I do good for myself today?
Right.
I woke up in the morning and I had a fabulous cup of tea. I sat down and drank it with ease.
Right.
I sat and I meditated for 5 minutes, 10, and it felt good.
And I do that, and people have to understand. We need, you know, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is grab that phone and look on Facebook.
Oh, no, I don't
You
do
know, that starts your day
Yes.
in a negative way because you're looking to see what other people have done, and also to put all your energy into something on Facebook that somebody said about you. You know. Why I have
And
a
your
friend
likes.
that everybody, you look and see how many likes. If you don't get any likes, you feel bad. These are people that you don't even know, that don't even affect your life, and you're sitting there trying to get likes, and they don't, oh my God, why didn't they like that picture? Or if they like that picture, wow, they like that picture. We cannot let social media control our lives, and we do so much. So I honestly, when I wake up in the morning, I do meditate. I listen to subliminals. I tell myself that I'm a good person. I even start doing mirror work where I look in the mirror and I look at that 9-year-old girl and I say, you're not a bad girl. And then my mother, bless her heart, she was a wonderful lady, but I never forget Tina Turner. She used to say that Tina Turner was bad because she had a long wig and she was shaking her bed. And I'm saying to myself, well, I'm bad too, you know, because I like Tina Turner. So I said, if I like her, I must be a bad girl because she's shaking her butt. I want to shake my butt, you know.
See, parents have to realize what we say to our children.
Absolutely.
It helps them to develop their self-fulfilling prophecy. It helps them to develop whether they believe that they're good or they're bad, whether they're worthy. We have to
Exactly.
validate them
Yes.
so
We have
that
to.
nobody else will validate them and say, come hither with me. And, you know, because you've been validated by a negative entity,
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly.
you become also under that prey because we all want to be validated, seen and heard.
Exactly.
So that's parents' responsibility.
Exactly. And the sad thing is, a lot of especially the young people, they don't love themselves.
And yes, because everything is learned, everything is taught.
exactly.
So how we're spoken to, how we're looked at by our parents, that helps us to develop our core belief system about who we are.
Exactly.
So,
Well, ladies, this has been such fun and such
It
pleasure.
sure
I thank you
has.
guys so much for coming on my show. And
You're
you know,
welcome.
we've covered so much here today, and I really want for you people to understand that it's not always easy to love yourself. Like I said, 63 years old, almost October 23rd, I'm just beginning to love Salima, who I am. Because of what happened to me when I was 9 years old, I was stuck in that 9-year-old body, and now I'm finally getting away with that. And the book is going to be out next year, and I really encourage people to read it because I think I'm not the only one. I know other people have gone through that. And thank you guys, so much for looking at this episode of
Thank
Salima
you.
Speaks. And remember, love yourselves and feel good about you. Bye-bye.